This is reality.
Now,
Reality hit you hard, bro.
it has been given to us.
Reality.
Check. What do you have, Pete? Chose the fairway. Get us going.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. And the only reason I bring it up is because of the guy we were just talking about, Mike Zimmer. Now, we all know where Mike Zimmer's Minnesota Vikings are sitting right now. They're 6-2, currently tied for first place in the NFC North. So they're challenging the Green Bay Packers. And we said for a little bit of couple of weeks now, there's something's wrong with the Packers. And I think it's O-line, and I think it's protection, and I think it's ultimately the injuries are going to start to get to them. But my reality check right now is that Mike Zimmer has become the preeminent coach in this division. And I think, I'm going to say they are. Wow. They are going to win this division. Whoa. You know why they're going to? Because they have, one, the greatest running back, at least in our generation. He's not the greatest right now, but he's still very viable in Adrian Peterson. And two, Mike Zimmer has empowered this defense in a way that you just don't see very often. And here's how you know that happened. Last weekend, the game went into overtime. They're playing outside, right, because their stadium's not done yet. They're in Minnesota. It's windy. They watch kickers, fall short when they kick into the wind. But when they kick with the wind, it goes a little bit farther. So in overtime, Mike Zimmer had to make a decision about whether or not he was going to take the kick if he wins or he's going to defer. So what happens? The Minnesota Vikings win the toss, and what do? They defend. They defend the goal. They didn't take.
Morningweg did this.
They didn't take. So get this: in 530 overtime games, it's only happened 10 times, right? The coach decides to defend. He defends a goal, meaning he's kicking off now, believes in his defense. They stop him. They ultimately go down and win the game. This coach, not only is he a tough guy, and I think he beats up Jeff Fisher, but he's a smart and savvy coach who knows how to put the faith in the right side of his team right now, and that's his defense to get a big win on the road and put them to 6-2.
Yeah, interesting. I was going to say he's also savvy enough to know what still is kind of a weakness, and that's the quarterback, Teddy B, who obviously was hurt. But
handed off 25.
Yeah, I mean, Teddy B, not exactly throwing the ball around the lot the way we thought he might. But I like that because it's unconventional. It worked out. I mean, it was a field goal fest, kind of a boring game. Plenty of strength. All right, Teak, my reality check is, you know what I did last night? Let's see, what did we do? We bounced around between 3 political shows. Couldn't get enough of the Missouri coverage.
Yeah.
Really wanted to make sure we were ready to go on that today. And if you missed the first hour of the show, it was all Missouri. Go to check it out. Our conversation will be up on tikiandtierney.com on the audio section. Very easy to find. Go and get it. You'll enjoy it. And feel free to weigh in on Twitter if you want, at Tiki and Tierney. We decided on Colton's first birthday card. All right.
Nice.
We watched Trump on SNL on demand. We watched an episode. Yeah, it wasn't great. Admittedly, it was not great. We watched an episode on demand of Chicago PD, which is one of our favorite shows on NBC. You know what we didn't do? You know what I didn't do? We didn't watch a whole lot of the football game. And I got to tell you, I think that we are reaching a point now where fans are recognizing, because I don't think I'm alone in this, that there's some bad football out there. I know that the game's in London, and I'm on TV when this is on, so maybe if I was on my couch, I'd have a cup of coffee and I'd be watching it a little bit more earnestly. But I just feel like when the games are in London at 9:30, unless it's your team, there's nothing compelling pulling you because they're bad teams. The Jaguars are there. The Bills were there. It was a sloppy game. There's a lot of teams out there that I don't want to watch right now. Bad quarterback play, inept offenses, coaches that haven't really carved out a niche that is satisfactory yet for me, that tells me they're anything above average.
Yeah.
And unless I got some loot on the game, which I didn't, unless it's an important game. Listen, if they're both 5-2, obviously I'm watching the game. But the fact that you can just package up the NFL right now and put it out there and hope and expect that people will latch onto it just because it's the NFL, I think those days are quickly eroding.
Yeah.
I really do.
I agree. The savvy fan
it's not a good product this year.
Will not watch mediocre football just because you tell them to.
No.
I
don't want to watch Kirk Cousins and the Redskins play this year.
Agreed.
I mean, I guess it's a little different with the Titans because of Mariota, but at this point,
has the Mark Cuban threat or prognosis, whatever he said, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Is it coming true?
Prediction?
Yeah.
proclamation?
What did he say? I forgot what he called
prognostication?
it. Yeah, exactly. That word. Whatever it is. Is it going to come true?
Well, I mean,
oversaturation?
Listen, I said 3 years ago in San Francisco that football's not going to be here in 20 years, period.